दिलीप भंडारी and परिवार, नवीन चंद्र शाह and परिवार, अरविंद शाह and परिवार. After names given, we have please keep moving. Next item is a Shastra Dharma book given to Sadhvi. Shastra. After name, we have a Shastra or the Dharma book given to Sadhvi ji. First is the Kalpa Sutra book, Subhash Khare.
सुभाष भाई खारा और प्रीति बेन और उनका परिवार संघमित्रा जी को कल्पसूत्र शास्त्र अर्पण करते हैं.
For Dharma books, next name is Hansa and Jitan Shah परिवार. Tattva Sutra, Hansa and Jitan
डॉक्टर जितेंद्र भाई हंसाबेन, सुभाष भाई खारा, प्रीति बेन, सुभाष भाई खारा, प्रीति बेन, टीशा, रिया और परिवार.
Third name is Chandrika Vipani for Dharma book, Shastra. And the fourth name is Jai Shri Mitesh Sheth. Right now the Shastra given to Sadhvi ji, this is the Dharma book given to Sadhvi ji. We are given Kalpa Sutra Vachan, Tattvartha Sutra and Jain scriptures. All the names I'll repeat again. Subhash Khare and Parivar, Hansa and Jiten Shah Parivar, Chandrika Vipani and Parivar, Jai Shri Mitesh and Seth Parivar.
डॉक्टर जितेंद्र और हंसाबेन.
So Jai Shri Mitesh Sheth and Parivar. The book name is the Jaina Path of Purification, Padmanabh Jaina. Shastra given to Sadhvi ji program is going on right now. The next name is Chandrika Vipani and Parivar. The book name is the Jain Darshan or Kabir, Ek Tulnatmak Adhyan, Jain Sadhvi Dr. Manjushri. For all the Diksha post blessings at Sadhvi ji's at home, we have a couple of names and that will be coordinated with Ashok Bhai Domadia later on, Ravindra Oswal, Chandrika Vipani and Parivar. So please coordinate with Ashok Bhai Domadia. For Ardhadan, for the meal after Badi Diksha, that will happen after our sermon. I have a couple of names, I will read all those names. किरीट भाविशेन परिवार, दीपक दोषेन परिवार, सुरेश मेहता एंड परिवार, राजेश एंड गीता शाह परिवार, धवल वासा एंड परिवार. All the after meal after Badi Diksha the blessings, please get together in the conference room after the sermon. On top of that, we have at least 35-40 names from the Diksha sponsorship. That will be the time respecting all of you. I'm just going to post it on the bulletin board later. All the sponsors, including grant sponsors, Diksha sponsors and everyone, there is a information for them after the Diksha ceremony and after the Aarti Mangal Divo. Please come to the auditorium and get the blessing from Acharya Mataji and Sadhvi ji, and you will they have some their special blessings for you. So please do stop by and take the personal blessings. Now this is the time to start with the sermon.
एक बहुत ही सुंदर विलक्षण कार्यक्रम के हम सब ज्ञाता कृष्णा है. सब लोग बैठेंगे. हमें કાર્યક્રમ પૂર્ણ થાય છે તે પહેલા સાતમી શ્રી સંઘમિત્રાજી हम सबके साथ कुछ बात करेंगे।
Just one more addition on the grand sponsors from the Los Angeles Sun. All the LA Sun, they would like to give a grand sponsorships and get the first blessing for the whole Sun. And this is, I would like to invite all the LA Sun, some of the leaders, some of the committee members to come forward and take the first blessing on behalf of the LA Sun. And also just an information update that all the children who were sitting on the auditorium for a long time, and that's the charisma of the Diksha, there's a charismatic impact of the Diksha that they were all sitting quietly here. They cannot sit 10 minutes at home, but they were sitting here 2 hours. So parents, they don't need to worry, they are all okay, they are in the classroom A and B. So if you want to meet them, you can meet there.
विजय भाई छेड़ा और परिवार एले का श्री संघ सातवीं श्री संघमित्रा जी के लिए समर्पण है। डॉक्टर मनी भाई, सविता बहन और एले श्री संघ विजय भाई, प्रफुल्ला बहन, रमेश भाई और संपूर्ण श्री संघ। इस कार्यक्रम के शिखर के समान सातवीं श्री संघमित्रा जी का प्रवचन सब लोग शांति से बैठेंगे।
Please sit down. Please make your fill all the games. Please move forward, fill all the games and sit down. There will be a sermon from Sadhvi Sangamitra ji. After that, we'll go upstairs and we have Aarti Mandadivo. Who are signed up for that? Please for the Giboli. Please get ready after the sermon.
सातवीं श्री संघमित्रा जी का प्रवचन शुरू हो रहा है। सब लोग अपना स्थान ग्रहण करें। कृपया अपनी जगह पर बैठें।
कृपया जल्दी जल्दी अपनी जगह पर जाइए प्लीज।
अब हम सातवीं जी संघमित्रा जी को सुन रहे हैं।
So we are all done with the first couple of blessings. Now it's time for sermon. Please sit down, everybody, all the volunteers, all the folks who are standing backside. I would request, please sit down, please move forward and please sit down. Try to sit down.
We celebrated Lord Mahavir's birthday yesterday. Who is this great soul that we love and worship so much? That I fell in love with. I just want to talk for a minute. I wanted to say things in English so our younger generation could understand. He was self-motivated, vibrant, forceful, full of life, and dynamic human being. An enlightened one born in Indian subcontinent about 2600 years ago. His message of love and compassion towards every living being and non-living being. His teachings of cultural, social, and ethical values are so very relevant today as in any other time in history. And in what way did this human, wonderful, enlightened person connect with us? Hi, Marcia. That we mortals still celebrate his greatness with much cheer and profound respect. What I love the most about Mahavir is, though having attained enlightenment, and he therefore could easily remain aloof from worldly affairs, he still actively engaged himself in trying to alleviate the daily human despairs. While he taught the method of individual spiritual liberation, he also showed concern as to how people ought to behave for the betterment of all. Humans, animals, insects, environment, earth and water, and everything. He recognized the sanctity of both human and non-human lives. His daring challenge released man from animal sacrificial worship. He went around town to town, preaching that these procedures could not offer man solution to his daily problems, and that these expensive and lengthy rituals did not serve man's spiritual and worldly interests. He said, Sarve Kana Piyavya Suhasaya Dukkha Padikula Tamha Naivai Jikanchana. He said, every living being wants to live. Every living being wants love and happiness, and therefore do not kill anybody, do not hurt anybody, physically or emotionally. Along with the cries of innocent animals, he felt the pain of women. Lord Mahavir gave freedom to women, who until then had been looked upon purely as objects, rather than people of feeling, emotions, and intelligence. By accepting women to be the members of Sangha, Sangha meaning the community of monks, he started the order of sadhvis and uplifted their worth and their status by permitting the inclusion of kings, queens, princesses, rich, poor, and distressed. From all castes, he boldly broke all social discriminations and boundaries. With regards to the caste system prevalent then, the Lord fought extremely hard to create a casteless society whereby all women and men could obtain equal opportunity. And I can go on and on, but in a nutshell, every breath that he took, he worked for the society and its welfare. He traveled town to town to protect animals, to protect environment, creating awareness and spreading the message of love and compassion. He taught us the factors relating to interpersonal human relationships and how that could be maintained so that the family, community, and society could function with stability and harmony. He talked about the responsibility of kings, of businessmen, of laymen, of sadhus and sadhvis towards the mankind, towards the animals and towards the whole universe. He reminded us of our obligation towards the weaker individuals in society, the illiterate, the poor and the dependent, and how to be kind and caring towards them. Bhagwan said, Abhayadaya Bhavadiya. He said, be a blessing everywhere you go. Bhagwan said, Mektim Bhuve Sukhapai. Let friendship be your religion. He said, sow the seeds of friendship, happiness, bliss, and delight. Even though as Jains, we are a very small community, but we are peaceful, generous, and caring community. That is all because of Mahavir and his preachings. As the messengers of Lord Mahavir's preachings, we have always liked to help one another. We have always lived through each other's happiness. Jio or Jinedo. Live, not only let live. Live and let live, not only live and let live. We say live and help live. With this mantra in our hearts, we have been actively compassionate. Not only today, not only 100 years ago, but throughout the centuries, we have been compassionate. Let us not underestimate the tremendous contribution we have rendered to the human and non-human society. As Mahavir's followers, as Jains, we have not only worshipped God, but we have revered godliness in all living beings. And we have worked hard not only to serve humans, but also to serve environment, and we have worked hard towards animal protection. I have not heard or read that Jains have ever fought any wars in the name of God or in the name of religion. But I have always heard that in the name of God, in the name of religion, in the name of our grandparents and our parents, we have built hospitals, we have built temples, we have built animal shelters, we have built schools and colleges and bhojanshalas and guest houses. And we have built animal shelters, orphanages to assist anyone in need without discrimination of caste, creed, or religion. And all in the name of Mahavir. We are there where there is need, whether it be tsunami, whether it be earthquake, whether it be floods. We have always looked for one or the other reason to be helpful, to be benevolent, to be bounteous. This arouses a sense of pride and yet humility, which will always be with us. Our accomplishments are enormous, and our humility is impressive. And Acharya Shiji told me to shorten it a little bit because we're probably running out of time. But I also wanted to talk about Diksha. We are here to celebrate Badi Diksha today. And I would say, I wanted to talk to our younger generation. They were asking me, what is Diksha? And I thought I should say a few words about what is Diksha in English so they also know what is Diksha. Diksha, sannyas, initiation are very much the same. Diksha means beginning the journey inwards with the help of Sadguru. Set oneself on the path of transformation. From information, we move one step further towards transformation. Transformation means change. Changing your life towards betterment of yourself and humanity. Leo Tolstoy once said, everyone thinks of changing the world, but no one thinks of changing themselves. Diksha means taking the responsibility to change, to make best efforts to become a better human being, to become a better disciple, to become a better sadhak on the path of divinity, on the path of liberation. A sannyasi simply means a seeker of truth. A sannyasi is one who understands one thing, that something needs to be done about his own being. If he goes on drifting the old way, he will lose the whole opportunity of this human life. A sannyasi is one who has become aware that up to now he had been too concerned about the worldly prestige, power, and has not been concerned about who he is. And that is the most important part that sometimes we miss out on. All our life is gone and we wonder, well, that's the part that I missed out on. Sannyas in Sanskrit also means renunciation. To me, renunciation means laying it all down. Laying down your ego, laying down your ignorance, your despair, your frustration, and everything that is obstacle in your progress. Lay it all at the feet of Satguru, and he will know what to do with it. Sannyas is traditionally taken by men and women at any age who wish to renounce the worldly and materialistic pursuits and instead dedicate their lives towards spiritual and humanitarian goals. What I would especially like to bring to your notice is that one does not become perfect just by simply being initiated or taking sannyas. But it is a way to perfection. Sannyasi is a spiritual warrior who also goes through life and also feels pain and anger just like we all do. And it is okay to feel that. But he honestly tries not to let these emotions get the best out of him. The true sadhana is to know who you are and have the courage to live the life you are born to live. Now why take Diksha? A wise man said, there's only one way to learn, and it is through action. Everything you need to know, you can learn through your journey. When Mahavir and Buddha took Diksha, I am sure their families must have insisted upon them to carry on their worldly duties while still remembering Lord, being moral, and help the world as much as they could. Why could they not stay with their families and carry on their duties as kind, decent, compassionate princes? I always wondered what inspired them to take sannyas. I think at times being kind or being moral is not enough for some. There is something within that drives them beyond explanation. It can't be understood by reasons alone. When knowing about spirituality is not enough, one is ready to take the journey inwards. They know one can't seek treasure by reading maps alone. Without taking the journey, one cannot get to it. And then one may ask, what is the point in changing clothes and names and the outside attire? Can't you become sannyasin from within? Certainly. But we are using the word within without knowing the meaning of it. We have hardly ever been within. We have lived in the body. We have lived with the body. We don't know how to live within. That we can do at the feet of Sadhguru. I'll give you an example. One day a man was catching flies. In India, sometimes when you get bored, people start catching flies. Because there are so many, even if you move your hand, you can have 2, 3 of them in your hands. One day a man was catching flies and he caught 3. He told his wife he caught 3. And he also said, 2 are women and 1 is man. The wife was surprised. She said, really? How did you know? And he said, 2 were sitting on the mirror and 1 was sitting on the newspaper. And that's how we are. We only see outside. We notice the exterior attire and nothing else. At times, we recognize ourselves with name, with fame, and with our external surroundings. To become a true sannyasin, you have to drop your old identity as you. To allow a new you to be born, you will have to come out of shell. Anything that changes requires a new name. In nature we see when you sow a seed, when it comes out of shell, it's no more a seed, it's a sprout. When it comes out of the ground, it takes a shape of little plant, and then all the other names come along with it. It changes the form and it changes the name. It is the initiation of a seed into new form. And I believe that's what happens to a sannyasin. It is journey inwards. It keeps on changing you if you allow yourself to. Now, spiritual journey is impossible without the Guru. The true Guru. And how to recognize that you have found the true Guru. There are some signs. Only true disciple can recognize true Guru. Sometimes we are not disciple enough to know that there is a Guru. But there are signs, as they say, and some of the signs that I have read, I have found in my Guru. I said the true Guru will make you strong enough to know when you are weak, and brave enough to face yourself when you are afraid. The true Guru will teach you to be proud and honest failure, but humble and gentle in success. Only true Guru will teach you how to substitute words for actions. And the true Guru teaches you to stand up tall, but have the compassion towards those who fall. The true Guru will teach you to master yourself before you seek to master others. I truly am fortunate to be able to come in contact with such a Guru in the form of Acharya Sri Chandana Shriji, who created the sense of wonder and unfailing hope and joy and inspiration in my life. I regard her as one of the world's noblest figures. When I think of her patience under adversity while creating Viraitan, and her modesty in victory, I am filled with an emotion of admiration I cannot put into words. I have witnessed that enduring fortitude and that invincible determination which have carved her statue into the hearts of many thousands. Acharya Shriji did not want to be famous. She didn't want to be worshipped. And she didn't want to be anyone special. But she thought, I should like to help everyone if possible. Because we are like that. She always has said, I am going to use my time, my ability, my energy, my love and my each breath to reduce the human suffering. And I should take the human word out. She has worked hard to reduce the suffering, whether it be human or animal, because that is the right thing to do at all times. And I strongly believe that she belongs to the greatest examples of successful and yet extremely humble and noble saints. Acharya Shriji has written her own history. She belongs to the present by her virtues, and she belongs to the future by her achievements. I feel fortunate to have received the gift of initiation that cleanses the soul from her. There is nothing that I can offer to her for the kindness, but in her mercy, she has showered me with grace and accepted me with all my shortcomings. I surrender myself at the feet so her grace and my efforts can create wonders and shape this little life. In the end, I am thankful to this amazing organizing committee on behalf of the Jains all over the world for putting in their time, their love, their effort, their hearts and their souls into this historic event. No human being could fail to be deeply moved by such a tribute as this one. But I think that this tribute is to the glory of the Lord, to the glory of this great religion, to the glory of gurus and this Jain Shashan. This is to our present and this is to our future generation. I want to thank each child for working so hard to make this event so beautiful, colorful, and fun. And I want to thank the parents for inspiring them and taxiing them back and forth for days and for months. I recognize and appreciate, on behalf of Acharya Shriji and our Sakal son, that your efforts have brought smiles on our lips and pride to our hearts. And I want to thank everybody that has come from so far, दूर से आए हुए आप सबको मैं आप सबका सम्मान करती हूँ, आपके प्रेम भावना को मैं appreciate करती हूँ, and I'm grateful and honored to have Mahavir as my Lord, Jain as my religion, Acharya Shriji as my Guru and my guide, and this wonderful Jain Sangh as my family. I don't ever feel I have come out of a family. I feel so proud and so honored that I have this beautiful, wonderful, amazing family to call my own. I am blessed and I want to bless all of you. Thank you so much.
जय जिनेंद्र, अभी महाराज जी की मांगलिक बाकी है. I just wanted to remind a couple of things that all the sponsors, the grant sponsors and the Diksha sponsors, after the complete ceremony in the auditorium, they can come back and get the blessing from the Acharyajis and Sadhvijis. Number two, who were sponsored for the Ahardan and the food, please assemble in the conference room after the program. And after the Maulik, please all of you, please join upstairs for Aarti Mangaldiva and Dhanyavad. And for thank you so much from everyone, and we all appreciate your efforts. This is our volunteer efforts.
Mangal Path. नमो अरहंताणं नमो सिद्धाणं नमो आयर्याणं नमो वज्रायाणं नमो लोये सवसाहुणं एसो पंच नमोकारो सव पावपणासनो मंगलानां च सव्वेसिं परमं हवै मंगलम् चत्तारि मंगलम् अरहंता मंगलम् सिद्धा मंगलम् साहु मंगलम् केवली पन्नतो धम्मो मंगलम् चत्तारि लोगोत्तमा अरहंता लोगोत्तमा सिद्धा लोगोत्तमा साहु लोगोत्तमा केवली पन्नतो धम्मो लोगोत्तमा चत्तारि शरणं पवज्जामि अरहन्ते शरणं पवज्जामि सिद्धे शरणं पवज्जामि साहु शरणं पवज्जामि केवली पन्नतं धम्मं शरणं पवज्जामि चार शरणा दुख हरणा सुख करना और शरणा ने कोई जो भव्य प्राणी आदरे तो अक्षय अमर पद हो अंगुष्ठे अमृत बसे लब्धि तना भंडार श्री गुरु गौतम समरिये मन वांछित फलदाता भावे भावना भाविये भावे दीजे दान भावे धर्म राधिये भावे पद निर्वाण भावे धर्म राधिये भावे केवल ज्ञान ओम शांति शांति शांति। बोलिए भगवान महावीर स्वामी की आदिनाथ भगवान की शांतिनाथ भगवान की पारसनाथ भगवान की आचार्य श्री माँ चंदना श्री जी की सकल संघ की
Please join for the aarti upstairs. Please all, everybody please join for aarti upstairs.